Xtra is hosted by Kyle and Ajay. Each week, they discuss Nigeria's current events and latest news. Thanks for joining and for being a part of this conversation. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and share. Keep the conversation going as we give you something extra. News you can use. Xtra is an Icon production. Live. AJ.
All right. Welcome.
Howdy. We're here, middle of summer. Actually, summer's almost over for most people, but
That's right.
well,
It has been so hot. I don't know how
it's
people have been feeling in all corners of the globe, but man, it has been really
nice
hot.
some places, but yeah, not in Alabama. Not in Alabama.
Oh yeah, we've been frying eggs on cars and
Oh yeah, it's great.
yeah, and, sausages and stuff.
All right, we're
But
back.
yes,
Icon news you can use with AJ and Kyle. We're here, even though you may not be. We're hopeful that
yes.
someone somewhere will find a use of this broadcast and maybe learn some. Let us know, and if you do, let us know. We'll give you a free T-shirt. I am determined to get rid of a T-shirt today, AJ. I need someone to write me, email me, text me, tweet me, whatever needs to be done. Throw it on
No,
the
leave a
screen, AJ.
message. No, just then
Throw it
like
on the
either tweet
screen.
at us or yes.
Where's
Just
the
then write down
information?
somewhere that
There you go.
yes.
Info at iconhelp.org. Say you
Icon
saw
too,
us
thumbs up.
either
Need
live or
t-shirt.
recorded. I don't care. Just tell us you saw this episode and tell them that Kyle told you you deserve a T-shirt.
Yeah.
And I'll send you a T-shirt. Serious. Not
Yeah.
my T-shirt. I mean, not the one I'm wearing, obviously. An Icon T-shirt, which is behind me someplace in a box.
Yep.
So what have I been doing? I mean, it's been how many weeks? When was our last broadcast? Was I in Nigeria when we
Man,
tried to do something?
it has been a while since last, but we have had quite a bit going on. I know that you went to Nigeria. We had the IRF summit that we went for in DC to go and represent Nigeria, and it was really amazing. I think it's one of the best ones that I've ever been to, though I've been to like 2 or 3. But I was just so happy to see other people there and to see how other people were. Nigeria was one of the hot topics of the place there, and just to know that people had so much concern for Nigeria was really touching.
It's a troubling time. I mean, we're here doing things daily with Icon with whoever. I mean, we're every day I open up my email box, my WhatsApp, my Signal, whatever, and it's always some sort of crisis or chaos going on, and you're trying to address it or just try to connect people together. So so the IRF Summit exists. The International Religious Freedom Summit exists to highlight things around the world. And last year was supposed to be Nigeria. The year before that was supposed to be Nigeria, but it's like I don't know if it's a pay to play thing or what, but it's like sometimes you wonder, are people listening? So I'm glad that this year was a little different. We fought for it, many fronts, tried to get as much exposure and attention to it. So I'm glad things worked out. Tell me, give me a highlight. What was one of the best things you saw or did?
So I know Representative Chris Smith came around and Frank Wolf came around. Miss Nina Shea.
Chris Smith is a U.S. House of Representatives.
Yes, House of Representatives.
Representatives now a USERF chairman.
Yes, and David Lord Elton also came around too.
Elton, yeah.
Yes, let me see if I could pull up some of the pictures from that time up, because they came as close. They came up to our booth and stuff, and they just kind of listened, and they really gave us a good audience when we were there, and just to know how much concern that they had for Nigeria was just amazing. We our team got to also meet up with the with the CAN chairman and the Kaduna State CAN
Christian
chairman
Association of Nigeria.
of Nigeria, and we also got to have some time with uh, I don't know their names, and I know Kyle that you know them, but let me pull up some of the pictures here now.
Yeah, from what I heard and what I saw, I mean, it was we were hoping and wondering if certain things would happen, and kind of all fell into place. I think providentially that a lot of these meetings, a lot of these advocacy seminars or events happen. I mean, that first night, we kind of hemmed and hawed, and I was like, "There's an opening, let's take it." We took time slot, worked with a couple other groups, and then boom, it was there, and it was great to be able to have that opportunity, and then to find out it was more than just Jay at the booth. Nice.
This was our little booth that we had set up, and
But it was great to be able to have that slot and then to find out from you, and you were live streaming. And I was chatting with you. It was
mhm.
probably a couple 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning where I was, and just knowing that the place was packed, people are refusing to leave. It was the opening night. I thought, okay, no one will come by, but thankfully, unfortunately, people did. So it was great.
Yeah, yeah.
We had the right people at the right time.
Yeah, it was really, as I said, it was just really a huge encouraging thing just to see all of the people that were there and were just so concerned about Nigeria. That's me with
Lord David Elton
Lord
of
David
the
Elton.
UK, of Liverpool,
Yeah,
House of Lords.
yeah, and we kept on running into him like
Go.
every time, and he was so nice
I
to
was
us when.
surprised he was there. I mean, because the following week was the UK's freedom of religion or belief. So I'm wondering if he was trying to drum up support, if he was actually invited by someone. But I'm glad he acknowledged and honored our invitation to join our first event on that Tuesday night,
Oh yeah,
opening night.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. As I said, um, just the amount of people that just had their concern there was just amazing. This is us talking with the CAN chairman and the Kaduna State Christian Association of Nigerian
Yeah.
um, leaders there, and even they too just kind of sharing some of the impact that the event they also had over it. Let me, because there, I think about two more pictures that I want to try to share here. I want to kind of reduce this. There were some other meetings that were really amazing. Let me get that Stephen there and other people.
No, it was good. I think in the listing we had Bishop Jude from the Catholic Diocese of Ondo. Didi was there, or Elton.
Yes,
Yeah, Dr. Ochab from Human Rights UK was there, and Miriam there? Ibrahim? She
yes,
showed up.
yes,
Great.
yes, yes.
Yeah, I think it was a good event. I mean, I think having these high-profile people, experts in the field, as it were, just kind of be able there, and it was amazing to have that field of people coming. Yep.
Yeah, that is Stephen with Rabbi. He wrote the book with Reverend Johnny Moore.
Oh yeah. What's the guy's name? Do I have the book here? Yes, I do. There goes my stuff. Rabbi
Yeah.
Abraham Cooper. Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Get
So,
the book.
he was there, and there was, yep. And if you haven't read that book, please do. It's
Let's get it.
very, it's very, very good. Um, Another set of people that were there that,
Well, the USURF, no, sorry, the IRF ambassador at large was there, right? Hussein.
yes, yes,
Yep.
yes, yes, yes. These are the guys that yeah.
Yeah. So you did the USURF event. That's right. So there's Mr. Curry from Open Doors.
Yes.
And the guys. Yeah, good.
Yeah. And really just hear how much concern that they literally, it was like, Nigerians, what are you going through? Like how can we help? And yeah. and there were good people. I am no Steven from Icon 2 was there, and he was speaking on behalf of Icon and on behalf of Nigeria too. You know, just sharing the concerns and even moderating some of the discussions too. So again, you can go to our YouTube link. Some of the events that we did on that day, if you want to just catch up and just kind of breeze through them, the link is there, Icon Media, and you can see some of the events that we did because we live stream as much as we could.
Yeah, I mean it was good. I was able to join as much as I could, and it's nice to be able to share with people after the fact, and like right now,
Yeah,
like, subscribe, and view it and share it. I mean that's we need to be becoming aware of who we are and what we're doing as far as Nigeria, because this is an election year and already it's just chaos,
yeah,
chaos. I mean, AJ, being in Nigeria for almost 2 months, I tell you, it was. I heard so much, desperation. The economy's tanking. I mean, price of fuel keeps going up. If there is fuel, it's going up in price, and your wages aren't going up, and mudu of rice is going up, and basic coffee, basic things are just keep increasing. And
yeah,
and the
yeah,
world doesn't pay attention. I don't know if the Nigerian government's just snowballing everyone and lying to everyone, but it's a I don't know. This election is not going to go well. From what I've hearing, it isn't going to be a. People don't want APC. People don't want PDP. So who's left? Well, the third candidate that appears to be uh, gathering most momentum is Peter Obi with Labour Party. But is it just because he's there at the right time, right place? Could be, but
yeah,
we'll see. I mean, I honestly can't see an election next year happening without sort of violence. I mean, I'm not hoping for that. I'm not wishing for that, but it's not going to go peaceful. It was Gloria and Pastor Tois. Yeah, good. I met with
yeah,
him too in Lagos. It was good to
yeah,
see him.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's where we're at. I mean, this whole thing of going on. Then you heard the prison break in Kuje, was it July something,
Oh man, that
and
was
then we're just
that.
reaping the not the benefits of it. The consequences of it are still going.
Hmm.
All these attacks was a couple days ago on Friday or something, when they shut down the city of Abuja because they thought they were coming in to the terrorists were coming in to attack. From Bwari area. They
Yeah,
closed down schools. People were freaking out. And then just today or yesterday, it happened again. So I
yeah,
mean, these either they're emboldened because they can get away with it, or
yeah,
Nigeria government and military can't stop it.
yeah. Which is one of the reasons why we decided to do this. Like, you have to pay attention to the news to know for how long this has been happening, and it's only gotten worse. You know,
Yep.
just of recent too. What was it? There was the attack that happened in Abuja, and you
That's what I was
know,
just talking about.
yeah, people. I mean, like, this is like the capital,
Yep.
and at this some point, what are people going to do?
Yep. Let's see. That comes up. Oh, there you go. So I think this is the thing that happened just today or yesterday.
Yeah,
Yep. Again, the tax. Yep. I mean, this is just going on. I mean, this is soldiers are chasing down terrorists. They say they killed 30 of them. Well, okay, great. Let's be honest. What's going on. Are people safe? Are they secure? There's no sort of notice come from the government that we've got to contain. This is under our control.
yeah,
It's hard to sit here and read articles like this, listen to stories, and people say, "Yeah, I don't feel safe going to work, coming home from work, having my kids at school."
hmm
So I mean, it's a concern, especially in an election year. So
and even like what the biggest, I feel like, concern is the after effect and the long game. Look at what it's doing to the children. Look at what it's doing to all of the good parts of Nigeria. Like, that's something that has always concerned me a lot too. Um, the culture, the tribes, the richness of what has always made Nigeria to be what it is like it's just wiping away overnight. You have the humanitarian crisis of people that have just fled from the country just because of how bad things are.
Yeah.
How do you rebuild that?
Well, here's one way of taking care of the issue: getting rid of the president. That's a big thing now. I mean, it's a big movement. Like, are they going to impeach him? It's not just PDP or opposition now. There's people from APC, his own party, asking or claiming or crying out for his impeachment. So I think whether it does happen or not, or even gets discussed in the Senate or the Parliament or whatever the Nigeria session, it's I don't know a discussion point that people need to be aware of. The trust he can't control the security section of Nigeria, can't provide peace and stability, can't keep prices down. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, it it's just so sad. I Yeah, like at this like at this point, what else is there left to do? And even when you think about it, even with all of like the Boko Haram or the banditry and stuff, there has been no huge consequence that the government has said, for those of you that are in this a mess, this is how, we will make sure nobody wants to do this again. Nothing like that. There has been more pity for them and what they do than actually a consequence, coming in. So even for the fact that, the senators are calling for the president to be sacked, I think that that's a huge step. Like it's something new.
Yeah, I mean it's the whole. They don't. There's no security. They don't. They have no confidence in him. I don't know how much is going to be done in 10 months before he leaves office, but it goes to the fact that now there's going to be discussion for the next candidate. Is the next candidate already Peter Obi and Atiku and Tinubu are all claiming, oh yeah, we're going to address security. We have got this is what we're going to do to stop it. Well, some are saying spend more money. What money? I'm hearing even the budget. There's no money. All the money that they have as income from taxes and from whatever, from fuel, from oil sales, is used to pay off debt. We've taken money from other governments, from other places, and Nigeria has nothing in its coffers to say we can use this in the next month, the next 2 months,
Hmm.
because they're in a sense bankrupt.
Yeah.
How are you going to do anything when you don't have just basic funds to take care of healthcare, to take care of education? And you spoke about that earlier. The kids are the ones that's suffering.
Yeah.
The estimate is over 10 million kids out of school. and
Yeah.
and even if they were in school, what kind of education would they be getting? Even when thing is peaceful and going on without any of the terrorist attacks, what kind of school? What
Yeah.
kind of education are these kids getting from the government? You know,
Mm.
so it's not just the crisis. Yes, that's probably the leading thing, but how do you solve general health care in a good times and bad times? How do you take care of people's health care? How do you take care of their education? You know,
Yeah, and and like that's one thing that I've been starting to become very careful about too, with not just wanting to hear leaders say, "All right, I'm going to tackle security." I would feel better knowing that there's a solution. I would also feel better in knowing that there are other things that they want to explore and get into that can take the country somewhere, that can give people hope to be able to say that despite we had to experience this bad thing here, that we're actually headed somewhere now and someone is leading us there. Because if it's to pump money into security, man, just look back into the articles and you will see how many millions of dollars, billions of naira have been pumped, as Kyle said, money that was borrowed, money that was all this and that was sent down to, you know,
Uh,
Nigeria.
not even borrowed. I mean, it's been given. I mean, some of this is defense contracts or it's gifts from other governments saying we need you to be a safe and secure democracy, and here's some weapons or here's some defense contracts that you can benefit from, and
Yeah.
it's nothing. I mean, it's a shame to see that You know, what's supposed to be, you know, not easily, I hate to say easily, but a problem that could be solved and contained is not. I mean, Nigeria, there was a statistics once a fifth of the population of Nigeria is working somehow with the military or security forces, police, military, whatever. It's a
Yeah.
large number of people. So
Yeah.
what you can't say we're outnumbered. We're
Yeah.
not. The Nigerian military outnumbers the terrorists and the militants.
Yeah.
Why can't we stop it? Are they have
Yeah.
more sophisticated weaponry? Are they more advanced in their planning? Is that what you're saying? All these generals and majors colonels who travel the world to get training in West Point and in India and Pakistan and Europe and Asia, they can't contain a group of young men, young women who are just rebels. They're just going around with a AK-47 and maybe a stolen pickup with a machine gun mount on the back. You can't
Yeah.
stop them.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have all the drones, all the technology, the satellite imagery, and you can't stop them.
Yeah.
Or
And
you
and
won't stop them. You are unable to stop them.
and also do something about securing the borders too, because there has to be a way that is getting into the country, so why don't they just up the security in those outlets to in which they're coming into the country with, and
You've crossed the border, AJ. You see, it's like a free for all. I mean,
well,
they
I
give a
mean,
good they show a good game that hey man, show me your passport, go to this side, that side, but money talks. People
well,
walk.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
So
but they can do something about it, to secure things because some way, somehow, look at the influx of weaponry that has entered Nigeria within the past few years.
yeah,
You
I mean
know,
that's been coming for since well, according to the leaders, it's been coming since Libya fell. So is that the only place the weapons have come in? Well, no, you've talked to
yeah,
all the oil bunkering going down and when they go and steal the Delta rebels and they take the oil and they sell it on out in the ocean. They can trade money, food, weapons. So I mean, this has been going on for years.
yeah,
Again, it comes back to where's your will to stop it. Where is
yeah,
your desire? Where is your calling to do it? And I don't think that's it's there. You know,
yeah, yeah,
when you
yeah,
have people here, remember when 2001 happened? I mean, going to the airports, army, anyone dressed in a military uniform that got a handshake, got a better seat. There was respect because they were defending the country. There's no respect for Nigerian soldiers. There's no respect
yeah,
for Nigerian police. There's no respect for any of that security forces.
yeah.
And that goes to show because they haven't deserved or earned that respect.
Mhm.
It's unfortunate. I mean, I think they put their lives on the line. I'm not saying they don't. I think they do, but it's just hard to see. The public doesn't trust them.
I mean, even like for me, like I think like the issue with the soldiers is maybe like a two-sided thing, because you have a group of soldiers where you would hear that they are really trying to say this is what the issue is, this is really what is going on, like we're really trying to fight the bandits, but maybe we're not getting the support that we need. And then you also have those, which there have been some articles of some security personnel that have been in cahoots with some of the bandits
Right.
too, or
That's the biggest problem. Even if it's just one out of 100 that have either allowed terrorists or bandits to come through, or they participated in, or they sold their weapon, or whatever. That's not good.
yeah.
One out of 100 is still
Yeah,
not a
it's
good
still
thing.
not good. Exactly, exactly. So and probably that one was just the one that, was thrown under the bus or whatever, So I really feel that, if then the soldiers and the people could really see the cause of Nigeria as a uniting cause for them to be able to fight for a lot of these things and to get these things done, then probably that could be the drive that could help them to really go out and do these things. But without that drive, I just don't know, you know?
Yeah. Wait a second before I forget, AJ. Before I forget, let's take mid show here and show a good feel story, something of positive. What do you call it? Influence. Here is a Nigerian girl who did the hurdles. She was in Oregon doing the world competition. She broke records. She won her competition. So her dad, the headline of this BBC article is her dad burned her training. Every time she Sunday or whatever she go to to train. She'd come back
Mhm.
and her dad would burn her stuff. She kept going to train. She got
Really?
better. Yeah. So it was her dad kind of pushing her down, but her mom kind of encouraged her in events, and eventually she became a world class athlete. So it's a feel good story, AJ. We've got one. Remember, we kept saying there's got to be some good things out there. So here's
Yeah,
one. So
yeah,
good
yeah.
job. Kudos to Toby. She
And yeah, and I do know a lot of people have been excited about the record that she broke, and yeah, just hearing
Yep.
that she has an incredible story.
Yep.
12.12 seconds.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, she's good. So hopefully we'll see her in the. I don't know if she's doing the Commonwealth Games that started this week, or she's just
Mhm.
waiting for the Olympics. But good stuff. We got some good news coming out of Nigeria.
Yeah,
Woohoo!
yeah. And like, again, like where's Buhari uplifting this girl, and saying, "Man, yes, this will help bring peace or something."
What does Buhari do? He bans the basketball. So as I go to Nigeria, I work with a lot of sports people too, and it's like they canceled the women qualified for the, I don't know if it was the African Championship or something. The men
Mhm.
were supposedly be going to this basketball league. They just said no, you guys can't work out your inner fight. We'll just ban you. So instead of having or pushing forward a good story or youth in sports, they just cancel it. I mean, it's just a shame. Soccer too, I think was banned, but I think they lifted the ban, so now they could go play, but they're months out of training and they're not in shape, and yeah.
Just yeah, that is what we call performing magic. You just go and perform magic out on the field. Yeah, but yeah, Nigeria people, you need to get involved. Um, Riot Icon, ask how we can get involved and hear about some of the things that Icon has been doing. I do know Icon has been training people with the Eyewitness app on how they can document atrocities that are happening, even locally in Nigeria, and that has been really an amazing tool for people to be aware of and to know. I still know that we have the petition that we got over 5,000 signatures for us to get an audience with the American ambassador and the British ambassador, just to kind of explain their diplomatic stance on some of these issues in Nigeria. You know,
Well, we give you a word on the app thing. We did a training while I was there in Nigeria. We brought in people from Kaduna, Borno, Plateau, other places to come in and do the training, and it was eye opening. It was like a trainer of trainers. So we had guys come in and women come in, and they understood the app. They used it. They're going to use it, and they're going to train others to use it. The benefit of it is that we're in conjunction with the International Bar Association out of London, and then they put an emergency appeal to the UN Office of Genocide, the UN High Commission, as well as the ICC, International Criminal Court's Special Rapporteur on Genocide. So that,
mhm,
using the evidence that we collected in the app, they were able to generate a almost 100-page appeal claiming this as facts, as evidence that this genocide is happening in Nigeria. And again, it's another thing that locals are doing. It's a ground up, groundswell initiative. So
mhm.
keep
and
talking
and
about it.
and the reason why this is good and why I love it so much is because it actually empowers people. Now even the locals of people in Nigeria that are witnessing these atrocities, that are having to bear the grunt or the worst side of it all, are actually empowered to be able to get evidence of it and take it somewhere where they are sure that people are going to look at it and do something with it, to help bring them justice.
Yeah.
So our information is at the bottom of the screen right there. Look into it, message us, ask us how you can get involved, what else you need to know. Icon also did the silent slaughter data book, and they are updating it currently. And
Working on it, trying to get that thing done too.
yeah,
So
so many things are happening, and your involvement is really key to really pushing this stuff
I know
forward.
you want to talk about this story. This is kind of, I mean, I think this is
Yes.
based off of they did a video. BBC did a video on, they interviewed some of the bandits and talked about things, and so now they decide to sanction BBC trust TV for glorifying terrorism.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only in Nigeria can you put out a piece of news article. You know, it's a report.
Yeah.
You know, and then you get threatened to being banned and
Yeah.
sanctioned.
Yeah. Y- Yeah. And that I don't. I'm. I mean, what do you say about this? Is
Did you watch the video that BBC put out? The interview they had with the
well,
bandit leader.
yeah, yeah. The man. So I started to watch it, but I haven't finished it yet. But yes, I
Yeah,
have
if
been
you watch the
interested
one
in
from
it because I
BBC, it's
sent it to a
short, like
couple of
4 or 5 minutes, but then there's a longer one. If you go to YouTube, it's like almost an hour.
yeah,
So yeah, I'm not gonna say don't go, but if you do happen to go to YouTube and you do click BBC Africa and you happen to see watch it, because it's not glorifying it at all. It's just exposing, who these people are and how they're getting away with it. In fact, this should be an indictment against the government because they're not
yeah,
stopping these guys.
yeah,
How can BBC get an interview with the people and the Nigerian government can't send in forces
forces.
or whatever to
Yeah,
arrest the
going good.
person?
Yeah,
Their big thing is heavy-handedness. They go in, they kill them. Great. That's not going to stop it. Someone else will
yeah,
rise up. Go in, infiltrate, arrest a few people, make it well known in the media that you've arrested them. This is their trial. This is what's going to happen to them. Then people start to think twice.
yeah,
You kill
yeah,
them, you made a martyr out of them. You know.
yeah,
So meanwhile, BBC is getting harassed for reporting, and then Nigerian, no one's.
yeah,
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 it's not even. I hate to say, it's not even funny. It's sad, really.
yeah. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why I'm like, man, what do you even say about that? Because they're just trying to educate people. They are trying to. They actually have. They were actually able to get an audience with the bandits to just ask, like, what is going on? What are you guys doing? And the bandits actually agreed to it. And then the government is mad over the fact that they had that discussion with the bandits.
Yeah. I mean,
So
you could analyze the video, the interview, talk about it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's all these things that they're just you're missing the obvious.
yeah,
The potential that you could have done from the reporting and just having reporters go out and you're gonna basically stifle every truth that comes out of Nigeria because you want to control the narrative and the
yeah,
lies that continue to come out.
yeah, yeah,
So, yeah, it's one of these things where you wonder what's going to happen when the election happens. This is the discussions we're having in Nigeria. It's like there's going to be violence. So if Obi wins the votes, the number of votes, and then Tinubu steps in and says, "No, I'm president," there's going to be a riot in the South saying, "No, that's not going to happen." Same as if Obi feels like he won and realizes the North and the North violently opposes him, and then there's fighting in the North. I mean, I can't see it being a peaceful election because it's not going to be free and fair. That's for sure.
yeah. There are too many, as they'll say in Nigeria, there are too many powers
Yeah,
that are at play.
yeah.
So
Too many cooks in the kitchen, but only a few that are enjoying the food, and
yeah,
that's the trouble. I mean, I think we talked about this before. Is that there's always I read the article just today about there's a shakeup with the army. They've shifted some commanders out. They've put other ones in. They've moved
yeah.
some around. So it's like, okay, what's going on? Why what is happening?
Why is this happening now? Yeah,
Is this an anticipation of the elections? Is this anticipation of, there's always talk there could be a coup. If the military continues to be downtrodden, pushed down, beaten up, they're not going to stand for it long. They're going to want to step in and say, "This we are coming back to restore law and order." So I just wonder. I hope and pray that doesn't happen. But if you hear it enough, there's some truth to that.
yeah, yeah. It's just instilling the idea for people to start to think about it.
Well, no, it's been around. It's part of Nigeria's history. Its democracy has been all since 1960. It's all mixed up with military coups and dictatorships and whatever you want to
Yeah,
call them.
yeah, yeah. I don't
You
know.
hope and pray it doesn't happen, but let's be careful. I mean, I think maybe it's a good thing they shifted some of these guys around, or maybe not. I don't know, but it'd be
Yeah,
interesting to see who's actually going to stand up for law and order, and who's going to just get bought out. So
yeah, yeah. And what you're saying is right. It's just a matter of Nigeria being able to get into the habit and the consistency of accountability. It's a matter of somebody leading the way to it, and then helping people to figure out ways that they can develop it, where we have to learn to start to keep people like accountable for things that they're doing, because at the tail end, like, it continues to happen because there's never a consequence. you know there
Yeah.
is never a consequence for anything. There is a bigger consequence for the little guy, than there is for the bigger guy. So it's just, I don't know, it's just
Yeah.
harder to deal with.
Yeah. I think that's the, if there would have been transparent from the beginning, 2000, 2001, when issues were happening and arising, I think they wanted to deflect from any religious talk, any ethnic talk, that, oh, these are just conflicts between groups of disenfranchised franchised youth, or people unemployed. They made it into something else. Now it's a farmer herder thing. Well,
Hmm.
we've never said that only Christians are being killed. We've said that by and large, you stack up the statistics, it's mostly Christians that are being killed.
Hmm.
But I've heard this as well. I was in Kano, I was in Zaria. You're hearing that it's Hausa Christians that are being killed in places in just north of Kaduna, but there are also Hausa Muslims being killed by Fulani extremists.
Hmm.
So it's an ethnic thing. We're saying that Christians are being killed more than Muslims, but at the same time, we're saying Fulani militants are killing Hausa Muslims as well. We've
Hmm.
never denied that, up from Kaduna up to Sokoto to Burning Kebi to Katsina, all those places. Where there's trouble happening, something's going on, and there needs to be some transparency. What is happening? When you got the governor of, what's the state was he saying, you should arm themselves. People should arm themselves. Defend themselves.
Hmm.
He's a Muslim governor.
Is that Zolom? Is that
Is that,
Zolom?
yeah, Zamfara? Is that where it was?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, okay, so
Yeah.
what are we saying? You know?
Yeah. I mean, technically, I mean, to me, that's at the tail end. If then the army is not going to protect you, and like, the police, they are saying that, that their weapons are not enough to, you know, go up against that of like the bandits, then it's better you let people at least have tried to fight for it themselves, you know?
Yeah. Katsina
I
State
mean,
Governor and Zamfara State. Yeah. Katsina State Governor in 2021 December said, "Defend yourself, buy guns." 2022 June, this was the Zamfara governor, says,
yeah,
"Obtain guns and defend yourself." I
yeah,
mean, and this is you got, when Ortum did this back in, I don't know, was it 2020 or 2021? He said this. He got so much backlash. What do you do? You can't say that. Now you've got Muslim governors saying this.
yeah,
Why? Because they know that the Fulani bandits, the Fulani militants, are out to dominate, to
to
take
take over.
control of the land, take control of the farm. I heard stories of Christian farmers who were attacked by Fulani militants. They were allowed to farm if they paid them a certain amount of money, more money than they would if they, I mean, more money than they could get from the farming. So it's like, why am I going to farm when I have to pay you and I don't really get anything out of it? So
Yeah.
these are the things.
Wasn't that like the tax that they did in the north and
Yeah, I mean, it's,
Borno and stuff?
yeah.
So they created like a tax, and then they were telling the people that the government cannot protect them, that they can. So the people actually kind of agreed to,
Well, that's a different thing.
Mhm.
That's not this. They're not protecting them at all. They're just abusing them and harming
protect.
them. So
Jeez.
if they did offer protection, then that'd be something else. That there's the vigilantes, and then there's the Hunters Association that are trying to do that as well. They're trying to help bring some sort of coordination with defending their region, their farms, their communities. So, but
Yeah.
that's another big thing too. What's where if you're not going to regulate, if you're not going to talk about things, whether legally or illegally, then you're going to have illegal guns floating around.
Yeah.
There's people making guns all over Nigeria. It's a big business.
Yeah.
And even though handmade guns are being sold for thousands of dollars because people just want it, they want to
Yeah.
defend themselves.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Nigeria's in trouble, in trouble.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we're here and we send out the news that you can use,
News you can use.
and we try
That's
to
right.
talk about the
Um,
walk the talk.
for getting updates on stuff that Icon is doing and just local information on the situation in Nigeria weekly, sign up for the extra news emails that we send out um, at the Icon website, which is iconhelp.org. The information is there on the website, or you can follow any one of our social media handles, and you can get the information from there. So
Yeah, I mean, it's again, it's been a while since we did this, but I think the thing is that stay aware, be aware, stay informed, get the news. Don't just look at one newspaper and say, oh, that's the truth, or even what we're saying. If we're saying something wrong, then question us.
yeah,
Confront us. We're not here. We're saying we've done research, we've looked into it. We may not have all the facts as we speak, but we certainly can help obtain them.
yeah,
And our goal, Icon's goal, is always to make people aware. We're here trying to advocate and defend Nigerians. We do believe Nigeria has a future, has potential, but not at this rate, not
yeah,
the way that it's going right now. I mean, it's just it's sad, really. It's sad to see the potential being wasted. As I drive from Lagos up to Abeokuta, up to Ibadan, from Zaria to Kano, and you see the rice fields in Kano. I mean, this took years to plan. They do an irrigation. I mean, there's acres of rice, rice fields, and why can't Nigeria feed itself, feed West Africa, feed Europe? Look at the problem in Ukraine with the oil and the grains that are being they can't ship them out. They're unable to use them, and Nigeria should have filled that gap with oil, with grains. But we're
yeah,
not, because we're not responding. We can't. We're not even set up infrastructurally to do anything. So much hope, but so much squander.
yeah, yeah. Well, Nigeria will get there. So, for all of you that are listening, thank you so much for tuning in uh, and hanging out with us today. I saw, I think, like one or two people come out. Shout out
Wow.
to,
Woo-hoo.
yeah, I think a little shout out to Rural Watch News from
Nice.
Nigeria.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in.
Lawrence and Co.
But yeah, let's continue to spread the awareness and let's keep on speaking up for Nigeria. You know.
Yes. Let us.
So thank you so much, and we will see you
When we
sometime
see you.
whenever we pop up. All right.
Stay tuned. You'll
Yeah,
never know when AJ and Kyle show up.
that's right.